Have you ever looked at a part of your house and suddenly realized something was different? A picture moved, a door appeared, a room that didn't exist before. Imagine waking up one morning and finding a door inside your house that you swear was never there. Now imagine opening that door and discovering someone has been living there for years. This is the story of what happened to me and the reason I never sleep in the dark anymore. My name is Ethan Miller. 2 years ago, I bought my first house. It was old but beautiful, a small house in a quiet neighborhood in Pennsylvania. The price was too good, almost too good. The previous owner left suddenly. The neighbor said he disappeared overnight. When I asked why, they avoided the question. The only thing they told me was, "Don't stay awake after 2 a.m." I laughed. I thought small towns always had weird stories. I moved in anyway. The first night was normal. I unpacked, watched TV, went to sleep. Then at exactly 2:13 a.m., I woke up. I heard something. A sound coming from inside my wall. A scratching sound. Slow, like someone was dragging their fingers across the wood. I turned on the lights. The sound stopped. I checked every room. Nothing. I told myself, old house, old pipes. But deep down, I knew it wasn't pipes. 3 days later, I noticed something strange. A small crack appeared behind my bookshelf. I moved the bookshelf. Behind it was a door I had never seen before. It was old, covered in scratches, and there was something written on it, a name. My name, Ethan Miller. My hand started shaking because the writing looked old, very old, like it had been there for decades. I tried opening it. It was locked. That night, I couldn't sleep. At 2:13 a.m., I heard it again, the scratching. But this time, it came from behind the door. Then I heard a voice, a whisper. "Finally!" I froze. Someone was behind it. I grabbed my phone. I was about to call the police. Then the voice said, "Ethan, don't call them." My blood went cold, because whoever was behind that door knew my name. The next morning, I forced the door open. Behind it was a small hidden room. Inside was a bed, food, pictures, and hundreds of notes on the wall. Every note had dates, different years, different names, but the same sentence: "He is watching you." I found old newspapers, the previous owners, the people who lived here before, all missing, all disappeared. Then I found a picture of me, standing outside the house, taken 3 days before I bought it. But nobody was supposed to know I was buying the house. Suddenly, the door behind me closed. I turned around. A man was standing there, pale skin, empty eyes, smiling. He whispered, "You finally found me." I couldn't move. I asked, "Who are you?" He smiled and said, "I'm the person who has been protecting you." I asked, "Protecting me from what?" He pointed behind me. Slowly, I turned around and saw another door, a door inside the hidden room, and something was knocking from the other side. The man whispered, "Every person who lived here opened that door. They thought they were discovering a secret, but they were actually letting something in." The knocking became louder. The walls started shaking. Then the door handle moved. Something was trying to come out. The man looked at me and said, "You have two choices. Open the door or stay trapped here with me forever." I ran. I didn't take anything. I left the house. I never looked back. The police investigated. They found the hidden room, but they found no man, no second door, nothing. The house was sold again. A new owner moved in last month. Yesterday, I received a message from an unknown number. It was a picture, a picture of my old house, and behind the window was someone looking outside. The message said, "Ethan, why did you leave the door open?" If you ever find a door in your house that wasn't there yesterday, don't open it. Because sometimes the things hiding behind the walls are not trying to get out. They are waiting. I couldn't sleep that night. Not because I was scared of the house, but because I knew something had followed me. I moved to a different city. I changed my phone number. I deleted every picture I had of that house. I tried to forget everything. For almost a month, nothing happened. I started believing that maybe it was over. Maybe I escaped. But then one night, I woke up at 2:13 a.m. The same time, the same sound, scratching. I opened my eyes slowly. My bedroom was completely dark. Then I heard something coming from the corner of my room. A whisper. My name. Ethan. I turned on the light. Nothing was there. But there was a message written in black ink. A message I never wrote. You left the door open. My hands were shaking. I grabbed my phone and called the police. But before they answered, my phone received a notification. It was a picture. I opened it, and my blood froze. It was a picture of me sleeping, taken from inside my bedroom. I was not alone. Standing behind me was the same man from the hidden room. I immediately turned around. Nobody. The room was empty. But my closet door was slowly opening. I grabbed a knife and stepped back. Something was moving inside. Slowly, a hand appeared, then a face. But it wasn't the man. It was me. Another version of me. Older, terrified, covered in scratches. He looked at me and whispered, "Don't let him find you." I couldn't understand. I asked, "Who are you?" He looked behind me, his eyes filled with fear. Then he said, "I'm the reason you bought that house." Before I could ask anything else, the lights went off, and I heard a voice behind me, a voice I recognized, the man from the hidden room. He whispered, "Don't listen to him. You always believe the wrong version of yourself." I turned around. He was standing there, smiling. Then I looked back at the other me. He was gone. The man walked closer and said, "You want to know the truth, Ethan? That house was never haunted. It was never about a door. It was about you." I felt my heart stop. He continued, "Every person who lived in that house eventually discovered the door. Because the door doesn't appear for everyone. It appears for the person who is ready to remember." "Remember what?" I asked. He smiled and answered, "That you were never the owner of the house. You were the first person trapped inside it." I couldn't breathe. Then memories started coming back. The old house, the basement, the door, the man. I remembered. I had lived there before, years ago. I didn't buy that house. I escaped from it. But I forgot. The man looked at me and whispered, "You didn't leave the door open. You left yourself behind." Suddenly, my phone rang. I looked at the screen. The caller ID said, "Ethan Miller." My own number. Again. I answered. And this time, I didn't hear my voice. I heard hundreds of voices, all whispering the same thing. "Open the door." The man smiled and said, "Now you understand." I ran. I didn't take anything. I left the house. I never looked back. The police investigated. They found the hidden room, but they found no man, no second door, nothing. The house was sold again. A new owner moved in last month. Yesterday, I received a message from an unknown number. It was a picture of my old house, and behind the window was someone looking outside. The message said, "Ethan, why did you leave the door open?" If you ever find a door in your house that wasn't there yesterday, don't open it, because sometimes the things hiding behind the walls are not trying to get out. They are waiting. The door was never keeping something inside. It was keeping something out. Then the lights came back. The room was empty. The man was gone. But on the floor, there was a key, an old key, with a small tag attached. It had an address written on it, the address of my old house. I knew I shouldn't go back. I knew it was a trap. But somehow, my feet started moving, because deep inside, I already knew the truth. The house wasn't waiting for me. The house was calling me home.